Alex Webster signature model Spector 5 blood splats. Okay, the last one I didn't have the blood splatter on it. So let's kind of look at this base a little more closely than we did the last one. This is the pattern that Patrick Stern created for Alex. There are 3 apparent designs of this splat, so the factory can move these around. So they're all a little bit individual, because you can kind of see where the dots end up. Little splecks here and there, little specks of the blood look on it. Again, if we look up the fretboard here, we've got an ebony board with the red inlays. Up here at the top, we've got the Spector logo in red. Really cool. On the back of this guitar, we've got the 2 battery box. This is the 18-volt EMG setup, a preamp as well. And in here, of course, serial number and everything in red. Okay. This one, compared to the last one, is probably just a little bit heavier. I think this one's probably 10 to 10.5 pounds. So it's not a real lightweight. It's not uncomfortable, but it's not a lightweight guitar. I was actually the first one to take this out of the box. So from where it was set up, the setup on this thing is incredibly low, to the point where if I dig into it, it'll fret out. So it probably could be changed up a little bit. This is literally out of the box. I've done nothing to it. This is how it came set up. I'm assuming these are Spector strings, based on the fact that that's what they should put on them coming out. Anyway, again, we can go through and look at this. We have the standard stuff. There's volume and blend, and then there's a stacked bass and treble, and then the sweepable mid with a attenuator. In other words, the mids can be leveled up higher or lower just by adjusting. So again, like we did last time, back pickup. Okay, and if we come back around to the front pickup, and then of course in the middle. Again, just going through the controls a little bit, if I crank the mids all the way up and I start spinning this, you'll start to hear the mid sweep again. See, there's a nice frequency in there that you can really tell it jumps out when it goes from low mids into the higher range. Yeah, that's all right there. If I keep that down low and I bring this back down, okay, so again, bring this back up, find a nice spot in the mids that feels good, and I'm going to bring this back to the midpoint. Also on the bass and treble side, these controls are a little sticky since they're new. So if I bring the treble up, get a lot of that, and remember, part of what you're hearing is the fret noise because these strings are super low. If I bring the bass up and I bring the treble back down to the halfway mark, real powerful bass, real powerful setup here. So again, I'm going to bring these back to the midpoint because it's just easy when we talk through if I'm playing something to give it at the mid. So you can attenuate this thing, you can raise or diminish the levels at your discretion. And again, I need to set this thing up a little better. I think probably from what I can tell here, there's not a lot of relief for these strings, so it is laying almost flat. Generally I like them flat, but for some reason I need to give this one a little tweak. Just kind of let it out a little bit so I'm not getting so much fret noise. Overall though, fit and finish, everything is real nice, real clean. It's brand new. Like I said, I'm the only one to touch this. And so because of that, there's no marks on it from me. There are actually 2 little marks on the back of the headstock that came from transport. Nothing major, but there's no nicks or scratches anywhere else on the guitar that I've been able to tell. The jury is out as to whether this one will remain here or not. If this one interests you for some reason, let me know. And also, for those of you who asked on the last video why I'm not playing the three finger style like Alex Webster does, we know these basses will do that. As long as you have the dexterity to play with 3 fingers, we know that the bass will carry it. The purpose of this, at least to show you the outlay of the bass, the controls and all that stuff, is to show what else the bass can do besides doing metal. I can take this bass, I can play it on a session for country, I can take it on a session, I can play it for, pick a style, I can also play it in church if I really wanted to. Any way you look at it, it's a good solid instrument. it's comfortable, and this is the thinner neck profile compared to the Euro 5LX, which is a little beefier, and of course the US models, which are pretty beefy compared to this. Anyway, if you have questions on this, email or send a question comment. I'll respond to you. If there's something you want to see or something specific you want to hear besides Cannibal Corpse, because I can do it, but it's not one of those things where I'm going to do all these things the whole time, because we know it works, and that's Billy Sheehan's technique anyway. Anyway, y'all have a good day, and I'll see you next round.